Welcome back, or welcome to the Cognitive Athlete Podcast. I'm your host, Clint, high performance coach, speaker, and author of The Cognitive Athlete. This podcast is about helping leaders, thinkers, and doers perform at their best without burning out. And because this episode is dropping on the 1st of December, there is something important that we need to talk about. You know that moment when your holiday finally starts after a busy year and you immediately get sick? Or you crash emotionally and feel completely wiped out and your body just shuts down? People tell me this every single year. And no, it's not bad luck. It's not aging. It's not just what happens. It's called the letdown effect. And today, we're going to unpack what it is, why it happens, and how you can avoid the holiday crash by transitioning effectively from the performance phase into the recovery phase the smart way. Let's dive into it. You've probably lived this story. You push hard all year, meetings, deadlines, end of year targets, and then December becomes a sprint. Then the moment you finally stop, your body collapses. Blocked nose, sore throat, migraine, fatigue, maybe brain fog. Clients say this to me every year. Clint, I always get sick as soon as I slow down. And I used to do the same thing. I would finish the final workshop of the year, switch off, and 2 days later I would be in bed wondering what hit me. What feels like bad timing actually is your biology doing exactly what it is designed to do. The letdown effect is a well-established phenomenon in neuroimmunology. Here's what happens. When you're under pressure, deadlines, stress, emotional load, your body releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. And while those hormones feel terrible psychologically, they do something very clever biologically. They suppress inflammation. They keep symptoms quiet. They keep illness at bay. They put your immune system into that hold off until later mode. Your body is basically saying, not now, we need to get through this. But the moment the pressure stops, the moment you begin to relax, your stress hormones drop. And what happens then? Your immune system rebounds, inflammation returns, anything your body was holding back, colds, flus, migraines, fatigue, joint pain, finally has the space to surface. You feel sick, flat, exhausted, emotional, or just completely done. You weren't suddenly hit by an illness, you've been running on empty, and your body finally got permission to tell you. And December makes it even worse. You've spent 11 months accumulating decisions, stress, late nights, emotional labor, problem solving, and end of year pressure. Decision fatigue is at its peak this time of year. Your brain's tired, your body's tired, and your nervous system is tired. But instead of easing off, December is when most people push even harder. We have projects to finish, targets to hit, Christmas events, school events, social pressure, and financial pressure. By the time the 23rd of December hits, most people are hanging on by dear life or hanging on by a thread. This is why the letdown effect hits hardest right when the holidays first begin. This was the same in the military as it is in sports. You never drop athletes straight from peak performance into full rest. That's how people get injured. We don't go from 100 to 0 instantly, and that's the same with decompression. Instead, what we did, we used the transition phase in which we lowered intensity, we had more enjoyable activities, and this helps the body and brain to decompress and downshift gradually before full rest. Athletes and military operators ramp down, and this is the part most professionals miss. If you go straight from being frantic in December to a full stop, your system crashes. Just like athletes, cognitive athletes need a glide path into recovery, a deliberate taper, a planned slowdown, a shift from high output decompression to rest. This is how you avoid getting sick when your holidays begin. So, here's your action plan to avoid that December crash, and it starts today. Number 1, lower your weekly intensity by 10 to 15%. Not everything is end of year emergency. We just need to dial it down. Number 2, build micro recovery into every day. Whether it's 3 to 5 minutes, every 90 minutes, do some breath work, a walk, maybe even a cognitive reset. Number 3, guard your sleep like it's your job. No late night meals, no doom scrolling. Good sleep equals fewer symptoms later. Number 4, reduce caffeine after midday. It helps calm the stress rebound. Number 5, say no more in December. Your job isn't to be a hero, it's to arrive in January healthy. Number 6, choose 2 to 3 tasks you must finish and 2 to 3 you won't. Give your brain closure. Nothing fuels anxiety like open loops. And finally, before your leave starts, have a 24-hour downshift window. Do some light exercise, eat some healthy food, hydrate yourself, have an early night, and have minimal stimulation. This is your version of the athlete's transition phase. You're not going to collapse into Christmas. You're arriving in recovery with fuel still in the tank. So that's the letdown effect, why it hits the moment you slow down, and how you can avoid the holiday crash this time of year. If today's episode helped you, or you know someone that needs some help, please share the episode with them. You can hit follow, like, and subscribe. And if you're listening on the podcast platforms, please leave a review because it really helps getting those messages out to people that really need it. And guess what? If you haven't already ordered, this is the final month to pre-order the Cognitive Athlete. So head over to the website. You'll find some really great tools and resources to manage your energy and finish the year strong. Thanks for listening. And remember, don't crash into Christmas. Glide into recovery. See you next time.